Welcome everyone to the Kidron Valley. I was originally going to plan filming on the Temple Mount today. Then I realized I forgot my passport. So it would probably be okay going up there, but I wanted to be safe. Especially as right now it is both Lent and Ramadan. So I want to be extra cautious. FYI, when you go up there, it's super chill. But today I decided I would film something kind of off the cuff, and I decided I would film the Kidron Valley. So I'm gonna try to step into, I think they have a visitor center here actually. It's called a visitor's tent, and I think that might be it right there. So I'm gonna go see and go in there in a moment and see what I can learn about the Kidron Valley, and I'll see if I can give you a little bit of a walking tour. Okay, so apparently they are closed today. Yeah, so anyway, I'll say this is the Kidron Valley. It's actually is referenced in Psalm 22, Psalm 23. If you are, Psalm 23, if you are looking at the Protestant canon. And here is a monument that it is associated with. That is Absalom's monument. So it dates to the Second Temple period, if I recall correctly. So it is almost certainly not the monument mentioned in the Bible that Absalom built for himself, because it says in the Bible, Absalom, the son of David, had no son. He's worried about his name being remembered, so he built a monument for himself for people to remember him by. This probably is not it, though. It's like kind of like a memorial to him. There's even a tradition I've heard of parents taking the children to this monument and pelting it with rocks to show what would happen if the consequences of disobeying and dishonoring your parents. So let's take a look at what it says here. The magnificent stone monument dates to the late Second Temple period. The lower section of the tombstone is quarried and the upper section is constructed. The name originates from the Bible, where it states that Absalom built a tombstone for himself while he was still alive, naming it Absalom's Pillar. However, there's no connection between the pillar cited in the Bible and the structure, which dates to 1,000 years after Absalom's time. The quarrying style combines a variety of architectural traditions characterizing Jewish art of the late Second Temple period. So this is the famous Absalom's monument. So those who don't, so what's the connection with the Psalms? So if you remember, the Psalm says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, though I walk through death's dark vale, thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. So this actually is can be a dark veil, actually. So if you look up there, and actually see that little point on the mountain there, that's the corner of the Temple Mount. I actually wanted to go up there today, but I was going up the Temple Mount, talking about what's up there, and then I realized I had forgotten my passport and left it with me back home. So I wanted to be extra cautious, but that is actually where the pinnacle of the temple was. It's where the would have blown the shofar to call people for prayer, etc. And that is where Satan told Jesus to jump off. The God would protect him, and he said, of course, you should not tempt the Lord your God. Moral. But yes, but anyway, I'm getting distracted. This is actually can be a dark veil. You can see with the shadows, it's morning, and you still see quite a bit of shades even now, even though it's approaching towards the middle of the day, probably 9 o'clock now. David, this is the valley that David would have had to flee from through Absalom. The Bible states when he was fleeing from Absalom, his son, his palace would have been somewhere over around that way. He would have had to cross this valley. And believe me, it's quite a steep incline. So, let's see if we can take a look what we can find. As we walk along here. So, there are certain, I'd want to try to avoid the furthest, most southern end of it, because I've heard of the stretch of the Solomon. You don't go there unless you really need to, even if you are an Arab. So try to be a little more cautious. Honestly, though, I'll say this, especially if you're not from here, like, I've dealt with Arabs. I've dealt with, I ran into Palestinians, I ran into Israelis. Like, I think my worst incident would be, I think someone gave me I think an ultra-Orthodox Jew gave me a strange look. Some ultra-Orthodox Jews gave me a strange look once or twice when they saw me with a rosary. But that was kind of like the extent of it. Camel, I'm assuming that might be camel dung. That's my honest guess. So don't quote me on it. Here are the tomb of the prophet Zechariah, if I recall correctly. Also, Second Temple period. There's another tomb. I do not know who that's supposed to commemorate, or its archaeology. Actually, might be able to take a look. Let's see. Can get up there. I think it looks like it's locked. It's a shame because it looks like there is like a little thing to describe what's going on there. We'll see what can happen. Again, you can see it's carved out of solid bedrock. And these steps are literally kind of old and ancient. They're literally ancient. You can go all the way around, it seems. Reminds me of some pictures of churches I've seen in Ethiopia. And by the way, that gives you the slope of the hill. You can see in distance a guy walking up. Just how deep and steep this valley, the Kidron Valley, actually is. Yeah, I think it's probably closed, and I'm not gonna break in, obviously, like on so many levels. There's a lot of graffiti on these ones, which I don't read Hebrew, not sure what it says, but like, yeah, just please don't put graffiti on ancient sites, please. Thank you. Yeah, just thought closed. Here, you can get a little closer than I can. Yeah, let's see what else. Don't think I'll go too much farther. Like, I always have a strict rule of, like, when I'm in Jerusalem, I never go further. I never go a place without, like, making a mental risk assessment. Like, I've been here for a few months in Jerusalem, and I think it was already on there once, but I wanted to, like, make sure it's comfortable with the area, with the surroundings, and the people before I set foot up there. Honestly, it was, again, Jerusalem is actually super chill. Yeah, I think I'll go around the visitor center way. Got lots of ancient Jewish tombs. Though I walked through Death Dark's Vale, thou art with me. The rod and the staff, they comfort me. I know this valley is connected with the Hinnom Valley, which I'll talk about here because I've actually been told that area is like super not a good place to visit. Unless you're with like on tour guides. Yeah, I saw a dog and hey, short voice stray dogs. I think I'll probably cut this little trip to an end as soon as I can find another way up. Always cautious when it comes to stray animals, especially dogs. Like, I love dogs, but like, Jim the Sons of Hither. Burial cave. Yeah. I think I'm gonna wrap up this video now. So if you ever get a chance in real life, please check an SSPX chapel in real life. God bless. And it's Ash Wednesday when I'm filming this, so I know it will not, almost certainly not be Lent when this goes up, but blessed Lent. Hail Mary, full of grace, Lord is with thee. Blessed thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of Jesus, Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for sinners now at the hour of death. Amen. Nami Patris, Filii, Spiritus Sancti. Amen.